Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together. Baby, I'll always love you.
What are you making?
Forever.
I'm making vegetable soup.
And
Use one whole big chick fry.
and where does the fryer have to come from?
From Sam's.
That's right.
One big Sam's fryer.
Okay, and you put in you make how much will this make?
About 4 gallons.
Do you put anything in the water?
Nope. I'll put salt in there when I put the other chicken in there.
And what do you do to the chicken? Do you cut it up?
Cut it up.
You don't put it in there whole?
Nope. Cut it up so it'll cook.
Can you buy a cut up chicken?
Huh?
Can you buy the chicken already cut up?
No. Oh yeah, you can. Really, if you want to get on a cheap bit, you can get 10 pounds of chicken legs.
And will that do as well?
Yeah, they do about as well. Sam's Chickens does not have the insides in them.
Oh. And you clean the chicken, you rinse it off inside.
Yeah, just rinse off the. Cut up the chicken. Cut off wings first. Then you cut the legs off.
How did you learn how to cut up a chicken?
I learned how to cut up a chicken when I was about, I reckon, 16 years old. And I used to work in a meat market.
You did? At a grocery store?
Grocery store.
Were you a butcher?
I was a butcher. I worked behind the counter and cut all kinds of meat. These women would buy a whole chicken and want you to cut it up for them. Mostly all meat. Chickens were bought whole, and they'd bring them over and I'd cut them up. Oh, your knives are dull. This one's even dull.
Maybe that's the reason the women wanted you to cut it up.
Huh?
They all had dull knives.
We didn't have no dull knives.
Did you ever cut yourself when you were a butcher?
Occasionally.
Did you? How long did you do that job?
Oh, I reckon a year, part-time.
Didn't you?
After school and on the weekends.
Did you used to be a butcher also when you got married?
I butchered for about a year. I worked behind the counter market selling meats, and about a year or so I worked in produce. I worked in the grocery part of it. I reckon I ought to write this stuff down on a recipe piece of paper. Carrots are the first thing you put in there because they have to cook the longest.
How many did you put in there?
About a big package like this. That many.
Do you use a peeler on them first?
Yeah, you gotta Put what you got.
And you've already salted the water, right?
Yeah.
And you're cooking it until the chicken's done about,
Should be ready. Anywhere between 1 hour and a half. So it falls off the bone. So you can just cut it off. Take it off, bone it.
and what all are you going to put in here? You're going to put carrots.
Carrots and celery.
And how much celery?
About that much.
A whole package.
Yeah.
And
Again, when I say amounts, it's according to just how much you want. You can be, and you make it. That's the thing about this soup. They say throw in everything but your kitchen sink. Any kind of leftovers,
what do you mean? Well, give me an example.
vegetables,
Okay.
butter beans. We'll put in butter beans, okra,
Corn.
corn, tomatoes,
And how are you going to cut those? About bite size? The corn? I mean the carrots?
carrots. Yeah, you want them. Don't want them too big.
Okay, Dad, what else you putting in there?
That's everything, I think.
No, what is that in your hand?
Onion.
An onion.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did we have here in the cans?
Tomatoes and corn.
Does it matter what kind of tomatoes? It's just diced, right?
No. Whole grain. You need a whole grain mostly, but if you got cream style, it just
I'm
gives you
talking about tomatoes, Dad.
tomatoes.
Diced, right?
No, you can have any.
Petite cuts, okay.
Yeah, diced like that.
But you don't want whole tomatoes unless they're fresh.
No. Well, if you got whole tomatoes, you cut them up.
And what about the corn? I see we have cream style corn,
Cream style,
whole kernel,
whole kernel.
and frozen.
Yeah.
You put a little bit of everything, huh?
Just put that. Yeah.
Usually 3 cans of that.
You
and
need a little cream style in it. You know, if you just put frozen with cream style, about a couple of cans of cream style.
And baby limas.
Well, yeah.
You always buy, this is
2 pounds.
2 pounds, and you always buy baby limas
Always buy baby lemons. Yeah.
frozen, always
Yeah,
frozen.
always, yeah. You don't want no big ones. Fresh tomatoes, just throw them in for good measure.
And do you cut them up?
Yeah,
Do you
cut 'em
skin
up.
them?
No, just cut them up and put them in there.
Okay. Tell me what you're doing now.
Just taking up the chicken, let it cool, because it'll go back in there an hour from now.
You're gonna put the water back on the chicken broth now, back on the, are you,
That's the carrots and celery. That's,
and how long will you cook that? About an hour?
oh, no, not quite an hour before I put something else in.
Okay. What goes in next? The onion?
Yeah, I put the onion.
Okay, Daddy, tell me what all you have added now.
Now I'm just waiting for let it sort of boil a little bit together and checking on the salt. Make sure it's salted right.
And what have you added? Let's see, you have added the lima beans, the tomatoes, the corn.
Yep. You might as well write all that stuff down.
Tell me how many cans did you put in of corn did you put in? You put 3 cream style or 2 cream style?
You need to put 3 cream style, and it's a frozen niblets, about 2 pounds.
Of corn?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think we showed the bag. And how much okra did you put in?
About 2 pounds.
A whole bag then?
About,
Of cut
not
okra?
a whole bag, no.
2 pounds of cut okra.
Yep.
And how many cans did you wind up using of diced tomatoes? 4?
About 6.
6. Okay.
Or 3 of the big cans.
Okay, these were the 14 ounce, I think. And it took total, how long has it been cooking? The last thing I know you put in is the okra.
Yep. Well, I'm glad. I hope you like my soup. I remember I used to sit back in a chair and watch Mama make it, and she'd tell me how to do it. And basically, like they say, it's just throw everything but the kitchen sink in it. But any kind of vegetable, all except greens, you want to put in it. And I hope you enjoy it. And I know I'll try to make a recipe of it, what to put in it, so you won't have trouble with it. Okay, enjoy it now.
Take time to tell me you really care, and we'll share tomorrow together. Baby, I'll always love